Okay, and in that we were solving questions. So
So the screen is frozen.
I have not written anything.
So I can see the blue screen of the whiteboard.
Hmm. Hmm. So the question says find elongation in each spring. Find elongation in each spring. Find elongation in each spring. Everyone, please pay attention. In first case, tan G will be acting downward. Kx naught. I'm considering that x naught is the elongation upward, and the block will be in equilibrium. So Kx naught minus tan G is equal to 0, and that gives us x naught is equal to tan G upon K. Tan is 10, G is 10 upon K 100. Right? So that gives us x naught is equal to 1 meters. X naught is equal to 1 meter. Similarly, let us talk about this. Tan G is acting downward. Kx1 is acting upward, and the block is in equilibrium. So Kx1 minus tan G is equal to 0. X1 is equal to tan G upon K is equal to 100 upon 100 is equal to 1 meter. Okay. Now this was for lower block. This is for lower block. Now let us talk about upper block. So for upper block, is tan G, then Kx2, and this Kx1 will also act downward here. Okay. So Kx2, which is upward, minus tan G, which is downward, minus Kx1 is equal to 0. So Kx2 minus tan G minus 100 minus Kx1. Kx1 was equal to 100 is equal to 0. That gives us x2 is equal to 200 upon K. K is 100. So x2 comes out to be 2 meters. X2 comes out to be 2 meters. How many of you solved it correctly? How many of you solved it correctly? Next. Question. If you remember in the last class, I gave you a question based on string and mass, correct? And I hope the question was something like this. This is 1 kg. This is 2 kg. And this is 3 kg. Okay. And the question was find tension in each string. Find tension in each string. Why I am giving it once again? Because there is a reason. Pay attention. Everyone, please pay attention. Here we have three strings, and in each of the string, tension will be different. Suppose this is T1, this is T2, and this is T3. Okay. So in all three, tension will be different, and we can directly conclude the value of tension in this question directly without doing any calculation. Suppose, for example, if I cut this string from here, okay. So if I cut this string from here, which block will fall? The lowest block will fall, correct? So the tension will be only due to the lowest block. Tension will be only due to the lowest block, and I can directly write T1 is equal to 3G is equal to 30 Newton. Similarly, if I cut this string from here, then these two blocks will fall, and as these two blocks are falling, T2 will be caused due to these two blocks, and T2 will be how much? T2 will be 3 plus 2, 5G, and that will be equal to 50 newtons. That will be equal to 50 newtons. If I cut this string from here, then all three will fall. So T3 will be 3 plus 2 plus 1. 3 plus 2 plus 1 into G is equal to 6G is equal to 60 Newton. Is equal to 60 Newton. So T is equal to 60 Newton. That will be the answer. That will be the answer. Okay. Now let me give you another question of similar types that it is answer quickly. Okay. I hope you all have noted.
Yes, sir.
Find T1, T2 and T3. Give me the answer quickly. Give me the answer quickly. After last question, now you should be able to solve this just by seeing it. Aradhya is saying yes, she's saying I have heard that schools are reopening on 21st September. Yes, you have heard correctly. Okay, come to school on 21st.
So it will be regular or the difficulty thing.
No, it will be regular.
Okay, sir.
Okay. But before that,
So,
Okay, sir.
you need to give one signed paper, and that should be that you are coming on your own due to your own decision. Okay. If anything happens, it will be your responsibility.
so sir, from 21st, online classes won't be there.
We'll be seeing. Okay, everyone, please pay attention. So if you cut it from here, then 4G will fall. So it will be 4G is equal to 40 Newton. Similarly, if you cut it from here, then 5 plus 4 both will fall. So T2 will be 5 plus 4 into G is equal to 90 Newton. And if you cut it from here, mhm, then T3 will be 5 plus 4 9 and 2 11. 11 G is equal to 110 Newton. Pratiksha Singh sir, our Mount Liter exams are starting from 5th October. Yes. Excuse me. Imagine if this sneeze happens in school, then what will be the scenario? Correct? You know what? What will be the worst case? Suppose in any school, students are going for taking classes, and after 3 days, they find that 5-10 students from a single class or teachers are getting infected, then the entire school will be sealed for at least 10-15 days. Mhm. That will be a bad case. Noted, everyone? This is a rope. ML. M is the mass of rope and L is the length of rope. So question is a uniform rope of mass M and length L is hanging from the ceiling or from the roof as shown. Find tension at distance x from free end. Okay, this is free end. So please find. You need to find that how much is the tension at distance x from free end.
So should we add any constant inside?
No, no need.
Okay, sir.
Aradhya is saying mg by L. Okay, everyone please pay attention. What we are doing, we are going at a distance x from the free end. Okay, and we are reaching at, let's say, point P. We are reaching at point P and finding tension at point P, that will be Tp. Okay, and as I told you, if we cut it from here, from point P, then this much portion will fall. This much portion will fall. So if I draw FBD of this part, which is going to fall, and let's say its mass is small m, then small mg will be acting downward. So what we can write is Tp minus small mg is equal to 0. Tp minus small mg is equal to 0, and that will give us Tp is equal to small mg. Now we just need to find that how much is the value of small m. So that we can find using unitary method. And what is unitary method? In L length, mass is capital M. So in unit length, mass will be m by L. This is mass in unit length. So in x length, mass will be small m is equal to m by L into x. Okay, so value of small m comes out to be, value of small m comes out to be m by L into x, and that will give us Tp is equal to m by L into x into g, and that becomes Tp is equal to mg x upon L. mg x upon L. Answer mg x upon L. Okay, so your answer was correct, Sakshi. Noted, everyone? Noted, everyone?
No, sir.
Please note quickly.
Sir,
Yes.
So
it got it.
Oh, next.
we'll just scroll up a bit. So scroll up. Okay, sir, done.
So this is a uniform rope. Okay, mass of uniform rope is m1, length is L, and then there is another mass m2 attached to the other end of rope, or you can say end A of rope. So the question says find tension in rope, find tension in rope at distance x from end A. Find everyone. Find. If you have understood well, then you should be easily able to answer it quickly.
So the weight of the rope is as much as the weight of the mass, or nothing, sir, nothing.
Sir, can you please scroll up?
You want to use answer of previous question in this, or you have joined just now?
Yes, sir.
What yes?
Sound to use the previous question.
So that should be in your copy. Okay, everyone, please pay attention. In this question, suppose when you are going from distance x from here, you are reaching at point P, and if you cut it from here, so tension here will be Tp, and that tension will be due to these two. Okay, so Tp minus, let's say small m is mass of this part.
So can you please explain again what we did earlier?
I have not even started fully. So
Okay,
Tp is acting upward minus small m plus m2 into g will be acting downward, and that should be equal to 0. Why? Because it is not accelerating. F resultant is equal to ma, and that is equal to 0 because a is 0. So Tp, which is upward, minus small m plus m2 into g. Now again the question arises, how much is the value of small m? So like we did in previous question, unitary method. Unitary method is very simple. You use that in every fish market also and is vegetable market also. Okay. If suppose you are going to purchase bananas and he is selling 12 bananas for 100 rupees. Okay. Then how much you need to pay for 5 bananas? That's what this method is. So in L length, mass is m1. So in unit length, mass will be m1 by L. So in x length, mass will be small m is equal to m1 by L into x. This is the value of small m. This is the value of small m, and that gives us Tp is equal to m1 by L.
can you please explain again how you did that unitary method?
In L length, mass is m1. Okay. So in unit length, mass will be m1 by L. So in x length, mass will be small m, and that is equal to mass per
Yes.
unit length, which is m1 by L into length of the string or rope, that is x.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Understood. Yes, sir.
Okay. Any doubt? Any question? Good. Okay. I hope you all have noted. Next. There are two identical. Hmm? There are two identical spheres of mass m each. Okay. And these are kept in a These are kept in a container like this. Okay. So question is, two identical balls of mass m each are kept in a container as shown. Find normal reaction exerted by each surface on each ball. Okay, so basically we have surface 1, surface 2 and surface 3. You can name them as A, B. Okay, so basically you need to tell that how much is normal reaction by wall 1 on A, how much is normal reaction by ground on ball A, and how much is normal reaction by wall 3 on ball B. Ignore friction, or friction is negligible. Friction is negligible. So that also means ignore friction. Everyone please try to solve. And Celio is asking, sir, will it be important in the bracket compulsory to join the classes at the academy after 21st? See, our decision will be dependent on two things. Number one, decision by the government. Number two, decision by the parents. Decision by the government, why? Because they are the authority. They give permission to conduct the class, they give permission not to conduct the class. If anything happens, then they will be the ones who will be taking decisions. So that is number one. Yesterday they have given notification that schools may keep classes according to SOPs. Okay, and their SOPs are that there should be a 6 feet distance between two students. Secondly, students should be wearing mask throughout the day. So the things which they are saying are not practical. 6 feet distance between two students. Suppose if you are sitting in your room and if length of the room is 12 feet. So in a room there should be only two students according to that, width wise. Similarly, if you go by length, then hardly 3-4 students can be there. So in a room, according to them, there should not be more than 10 students, which is practically not possible. Second thing is, it will also depend on parents. Without parents NOC, no objection certificate, which they need to sign themselves, we cannot keep classes. Okay, so only when we get permission from both sides, from government and from parents, then only we can keep classes. Okay, Ansilio? Okay, tell me the answer, everyone. Pay attention.
Sir, is there any use of theta over here?
I don't know. Pay attention.
Okay.
This will be N1. Okay. This will be N2. This will be NG. And there will be NAB. Okay. So for example, now if I take A out, so this is A. I'm drawing it as a point mass. I'm drawing A as point mass. So MAG will be acting downward and MA is M only. Okay. Then second is N1. Check what I'm doing and keep observing if I miss out any force or if I draw any force which is not there. NG, all right, and one force is this, and that is NAB. Any doubt, any question in this, anyone? These are the four forces acting on A. These are the four forces acting on A. Correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, if I resolve this force into NAB, into this component and this component, okay? For example, suppose this angle is theta. So if this is theta, this will also be theta. That means this is theta, correct? So this will be NAB cos theta and this will be NAB sin theta, right? So the moment we resolve NAB into two components, then you can forget NAB and then you start working with NAB cos theta and NAB sin theta. So along horizontal, or you can say along x-axis, this is x-axis and this is y-axis. So along x-axis, okay, so N1 minus NAB cos theta is equal to 0. Why? Because it is not accelerating along horizontal. It is not accelerating along horizontal. Similarly, along y-axis, along y-axis, so what you can see is Ng is upward minus Mg. Mag is nothing but Mg, right? Because mass of A is M. Second thing is minus NAB sine theta and that is equal to 0. That is equal to 0, right? So what do we get as Ng? Ng comes out to be Mg plus NAB sine theta. Ng comes out to be mg plus nab sine theta, and n1 comes out to be nab cos theta. Okay, picture अभी बाकी. This is 1, this 2, right? And A. This was for A. So basically A is here. Any doubt in this, anyone? Any doubt in this, anyone?
No, sir.
All right. Now we have to talk about B. So for B, for B, so listen carefully. This is B. Okay. So when we are talking about B, one will be mg downward. Okay. Then there will be n2. So mg, there will be n2, and the third will be nab. Only these three forces will be there. Only these three forces will be there for B. One due to wall, one due to gravity, and one due to normal reaction between A and B. Also, if you see, this angle will also be theta. This angle will also be theta. So this angle will also be theta. Correct? So if I resolve NAB into two components, so one component will be NAB sine theta, and one component will be NAB cos theta. Okay, and after that you can forget NAB. Okay, so again along x-axis, so what we can see is N2 minus NAB cos theta is equal to 0, and that gives us N2 is equal to NAB cos of theta. Okay, so N2 comes out to be NAB cos of theta. N2 comes out to be NAB cos of theta. Now along y-axis, so along y-axis what we can see is, pay attention everyone, NAB sine theta minus mg is equal to 0, and that gives us NAB sine theta is equal to mg. Okay everyone, let me call this as equation 3, and let me call this as equation 4. Now pay attention everyone. If I put value of NAB sine theta from 4 to 2, okay, then what do we get? Putting NAB sine theta is equal to mg in 2. So we get NG is equal to mg plus mg, and that gives NG is equal to 2 mg. All right. Similarly, N1 is equal to N2 N1 is equal to N2 is equal to NAB cos theta. Okay. And what is the value of NAB? NAB is nothing but mg upon sine theta. So N1 is equal to N2 is equal to NAB is mg upon sine theta into cos theta. So N1 is equal to N2 is equal to mg cot theta. This will be the answer. This will be the answer. Please note everyone. Please note everyone.
So could you please scroll up a bit? So to the start of the solution. Yes, sir, thank you.
Question. Question. This is T1, this is T2, this is T3, this is 37 degree, this is 53 degree. Okay, so the question is find tension in each string. Find tension in each string. Everyone find. Okay.
T2.
Tell me the answer, everyone. Enough time given. More than enough time given. Okay, pay attention. For block, 10G is acting downward.
So
And
solvent.
enough time already given. I cannot wait so much. So T1 is upward, 10G is downward. So for block, T1 minus 10G is equal to 0. And that gives us T1 is equal to 10G is equal to 100 newtons. T1 is equal to 10G is equal to 100 newtons. Now let us talk about point O. This is point O. Okay. So at point O, I am mentioning forces here only. So T1 will be here, T3 will be here, and T2 will be here. All right. Now, suppose this is horizontal line, then this angle will be 37. This angle will be 53. This is point O, T1, T3, 37, T2, 53. This is T3 cos 37. This is T3 sin 37. This is T2 cos 53 and this is T2 sin 53. Okay. So I have resolved T2 and T3 in components. So along horizontal, so T2 cos 53 minus T3 cos 37 is equal to 0. This is equation 1, and along vertical, so what we can see is T3 sine 37, which is upward, plus T2 sine 53, that is also upward, minus T1 is equal to 0. Minus T1 is equal to 0. So that gives us T3. Now sine 37 is 3 by 5 plus T2 sine 53 is 4 by 5 is equal to T1. T1 is 100. So that gives us 3T3 plus 4T2 is equal to 500 Newton. Okay. Similarly, T2 cos 53 is 3 by 5 minus T3 cos 37 is 4 by 5 is equal to 0. So that gives us 3T2 is equal to 4T3. 3T2 is equal to 4T3. Alright. So using these two equations, 1 and 2, let us solve further. So what we can do is, let me write it here. So 3T2 minus 4T3 is equal to 0. Correct? So what I can do is, I can multiply this by 3, multiply this by 4, alright, and then add. So 12T3, this will get cancelled. 16T2 plus 9T2. 16T2 plus 9T2 is equal to 500 into 4 becomes 200. So 25T2.
So what did you do with that 4 and 3?
Huh?
So what did you do over there? 4 into
I just simply solved the equation. You have two equations. 3T3 plus 4T2 is equal to 500. And second equation was 3T2 minus 4T3 is equal to 0.
Okay, so you just solved it.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
So that gives us T2 is equal to 80 Newton. T2 is equal to 80 Newton. And now let us put it here. Putting in equation 1. Putting value of T2 in equation 1. So we get 3 into 80 is equal to 4 T3. So T3 comes out to be 60 Newton. T3 comes out to be 60 Newton. Please note everyone. Please note everyone. Noted, everyone? Question. Find compression in spring. Find compression in spring. Okay, everyone, please pay attention. In this question, interestingly, the lower block will not contribute anything in compression. 20G will be acting downward. Kx naught will be acting upward. And that's it. So what we can write is, this is 20G and this is Kx naught. And this is block, upper block you can say. Upper block. So Kx naught minus 20G is equal to 0. X naught comes out to be 20G upon K. So 20G is 200 upon K is 500. So X naught comes out to be 2 by 5 and 2 by 5 is 0.4 meter. Answer. X naught comes out to be 0.4 meter. How many of you solved it correctly? How many of you solved it correctly? Okay, everyone. That is enough for today. All right. We'll meet in next class.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.